Hello, my name is Anna Parker, and I'm going to be speaking to you today about domestic violence. In 2004, Amy Jones of Westchester, Ohio, separated from her husband Chris. Chris never showed any violent tendencies. There were never any red flags that he was an abuser. Shortly after their separation, Chris busted into Amy's hotel room and nearly strangled her to death. Less than 1 month after being released from jail for the attack, Chris attacked Amy again. He beat her with a flashlight, tried to suffocate her with a pillow, and attempted to drown her in a bathtub. After a failed attempt at hiring a hitman, Chris decided to hide in the back seat of Amy's car. Once Amy began to drive down the street, Chris arose from the back seat of the car and shot her in the head. Amy survived. Her story prompted a campaign to make it tougher for those accused of domestic violence to get out of jail. Everyone is affected by domestic violence: men, women, and children. Children who grow up in violent homes may take the experiences to school with them. Oftentimes, the school bully has or is living in a violent home where they're seeing their mother, father, or other siblings being abused. Children of violent homes can develop nightmares, phobias, and extreme temper tantrums. Oftentimes, people that have suffered from domestic violence may show personality changes. They may make excuses for their injuries. They may miss time from work or school. They may even blame others for everything. According to a study by the Allstate Foundation, 83% of Americans agree that domestic violence affects people of all races, religions, and social and economic backgrounds. According to a 2006 Harris poll, 33 million, or 15% of all adults, have been in a domestic violence situation. 6 out of 10 adults admit that they know someone currently that is in a domestic violence situation. 1 out of 3 women around the world has been beaten, coerced into sex, or otherwise abused during her lifetime. You may be wondering, what can our government or we as a society do to end the cycle of violence? We can help those in violent situations by educating all ages and races through promotion and prevention activities. We can help by providing financial assistance to those who are in desperate need of fleeing a violent situation. We can also help by providing financial assistance to organizations that provide community outreach for domestic violence victims and their families. If we do nothing, domestic violence will end for nearly 1,600 men, women, and children every year. Domestic violence will end for them. They'll die. If we do nothing, men, women, and children will continue to be beaten, tortured, and raped every day, every week, every year. If we do nothing, people will continue to lose mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and friends. If you know someone that is in a violent situation, don't be afraid to let them know that you are concerned for their safety and well-being. Don't Don't be afraid to acknowledge to them that you understand that they are in a very scary and dangerous situation. Be supportive, be non-judgmental. Help them develop a safety plan. Remember, you cannot rescue someone that is in a domestic violence situation. It may be tough to see someone you love being hurt, but ultimately, they must decide. The one being abused must decide that they have to get out now. It is important that you continue to give them your love and support. We must do something as a society, as individuals. Don't overlook when you know that someone is in a violent situation. Be supportive. Remember, domestic violence affects everyone. It affects men, women, it affects children. No matter their financial background, no matter where they live, no matter who they are. Remember the story about Amy Jones? She survived. Every day, hundreds of people are not so lucky. Laws are not currently stringent enough to keep abusers in prison for attacking their victims. If we do nothing, people will continue to die, people will continue to be tortured, beaten, and raped. We cannot simply overlook this problem forever. If it were your mother, your father, your friend, what would you do then? Would you simply overlook it and think, somebody else will do something, somehow they'll get help? The truth is, we all must do our part. It is not up to one person in the world to solve the issue of domestic violence. We must all take our parts in solving this problem. I want to thank you for taking your time to listen to my speech, and hopefully I've shed some light on this situation. We must do something, and we must do it soon. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.